What's good, y'all? It's your boy Ross back at it again with another video. So I'm going to check out JD Mcdonagh on his scary injury. Now, if you guys don't know, I want to say it was a few weeks back. Actually, it's probably been over a month. JD Mcdonagh had a match on Monday Night Raw, and he had a pretty scary fall. I believe like the back of his head and neck area ended up hitting the edge of the announce table, and it was pretty scary. I think he ended up puncturing his lung with one of his ribs. Not sure on the exact details, but I believe that was the extent of the injury. But he finished the match. He finished the match, even though I'm sure he was in crazy amount of pain, and it just shows how tough he is. He definitely earned a lot of people's respect that night, being able to finish the match, and they had a pretty solid tag team match after such a scary incident. So we're gonna check this out. He's basically talking about what happened that night, man, and I'm still wishing him a speedy recovery. Looking forward to seeing him back on WWE television, hopefully soon.
Even like walking right now.
Time heals all, you know. I wasn't like this the first week or two after, but I'm feeling a lot better now.
Yeah, how are you feeling?
Pretty good. Pretty good. My lungs good. My ribs are good. I'm just kind of waiting for the bones to knit back together before they clear me.
Well, what bones?
I punctured my my lung with my 7th rib.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It looks so bad.
It didn't feel great.
It's one of the scariest spots I think I've ever seen.
Yeah. It was a freak accident on my part, I guess.
So what was it? What went wrong?
I guess it was in the planning stage, really. Well, I needed to be on that side of the ring for something that was going to come up later on. So I said, I'll just do it on the announce table side. I've done it on that side before, but whatever happened on this one, I just was maybe a foot too far forward or a foot too far back, and I was wiped out.
I think when you initially see it, you immediately think like the whiplash was bad.
Yeah.
People immediately think it's a head injury or it's a neck injury.
Yeah.
Punctured lung, I don't think is what people expected.
No, in that moment, I was just thinking, when's the next breath going to come? You know, I knew that I didn't hit my head that hard because I knew I'd missed a spot in the match and I knew what was coming up next.
So you were
So I was like,
you still had your faculties about you.
Yeah. So I wasn't. I knew I wasn't unconscious or anything like that. And then I don't know. It was like I was telling you, like an out of body experience listening to Michael Cole with the concern in his voice. You know, I've heard him all through the years being like, "We got to get a medic down here." And then all of a sudden you're lying at his feet and he's saying it about you. You know.
But he was saying it with such urgency.
Yeah. Well,
Like
he
it wasn't
really
just
cares.
a line. Yeah. But it wasn't just a line. Like you could tell he was like, no, seriously, like someone needs to come check out JD Mcdonagh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just kind of.
I mean, it was scary. Watching that live, I was like, oh my God. And he just kept wrestling. That's the crazy thing. I don't think we really understand the fact that he took a nasty bump like that and kept wrestling a solid match, taking more bumps in the match. Kudos to JD, bro.
Everything goes really like slow in moments like that where you just have to, like, I wasn't thinking like I got to get through this match. It was just, okay, what's next? Can I do that? Let's do it. You know, so I like wiggled my fingers and toes and I was like, okay, yeah, I can do that. I got a breath back. I can probably stand up. So I stood up and got back in there.
Did you realize how bad it was at that time?
I thought it was like maybe cracked ribs. I could feel like my ribs on this side was like Rice Krispies under my skin. I was like, that's okay, they're definitely messed up. And I couldn't get a full lung full of air, but I just thought that was because I was winded from hitting the table.
Wow.
And then the adrenaline kicked in and
Yeah.
okay, I can do this. I can, you know, get back in there and do my part in the match. I didn't want to leave the guys, especially because it was one of the first few weeks that we were on Netflix. Everyone's excited about it. You know, you got a huge audience watching you. It's for the tag team titles, Raiders first defense. Yeah, I didn't want to, if I can stand up and keep participating, then I'm gonna, you know?
And I assume just knowing who you are, you didn't want to not finish that match. Like you absolutely wanted to go in and finish
I'm not
it.
blowing smoke. The thought of stopping didn't even enter my mind. And
This is why when you're a wrestler, your mentality is built different than everybody else. Any normal person like me and y'all, our mentality is not, we get seriously injured like that, let's keep going. His mentality and a lot of wrestlers' mentality is, unless you like physically, you got a broken leg or you're concussed to the point where you don't know what's going on or something is seriously broken or a serious injury. And all of these injuries that we've seen over the years, they're pretty bad, if you want to be honest. Wrestling with a broken, like a punctured lung you shouldn't be out there. But unless it's like really that serious to the point where you can't move, that's the only time most likely they'll stop a match. But most of the guys and girls, even then, they would still be, hey, let's keep it going. Show must go on. That's why much respect to these wrestlers, bro, because you gotta be wired different to do this type of shit, bro.
The referee came down and he asked me what city we were in and what date it was, and I told him that I'm okay, and I told him where we were and what we were doing. I said, tell Dom that I'm okay and I just need a minute. And he passed the message on. And then the ref actually he got a lot of heat for it online, Sean Bennett. But as far as him doing his job, like he can only do, relay the message of what I'm telling him. And I told him I was good to go, And one of the WWE docs came out in the ad break. She checked me over and I knew if she touched my ribs, she wouldn't let me back in there. And she thankfully asked me about my head and my neck rather than my ribs. And there was a spot coming up in the match where I was needed, so I was like, I gotta go.
Probably immense amount of pain.
Concern on his face.
Yeah, he was pale for a little bit.
Yeah. And I think Michael Cole even said it on that interview on Logan Paul's podcast. Michael Cole thought you were dead.
It was a big impact. Yeah, for sure.
Bro, if y'all watch it in real time, bro, that shit was fucking gnarly, bro. In the worst possible way. I don't even think I've used that word gnarly in so fucking long, but golly, bro, that shit was, yeah, man. In real time, it looked like he was done.
You climbed up, got back in the ring to finish the match. What's going through your head?
Just what's the next thing? Okay, it's a big back body drop. Not ideal, but the one thing that I did change in the match, and Dom is going to kill me for telling this story, the finishing stretch that we talked about, I said it would be cool if we could do 619, you tag me in, I'll do a 450, I'll bounce off him, I'll tag you in, you hit the frog splash. That'll be like a super finisher.
Yeah.
And we're super late in the match now, so I have no energy left whatsoever, no air left. And I tried to say to him, I can't do the 450. You didn't hear me taking off for the 619? Please, God, just let him go up for the frog splash. He hits the 619 and he runs across to me. No. He tagged me in. So the one modification I made was I knew I'd really hurt myself if I did the 450. And I've done that moonsault probably 10,000 times. And I knew I could kind of protect myself a little. And Ivar's a big guy too, big landing pad. So I thought this is going to be the last big move that I do. I'll make it a good one and get out of here.
So you'll just land on your cracked ribs. Think about that. The impact that you would have on a moonsault. Mm-hmm. That you'd think that was a safer call.
It wasn't like a measured decision that I made. It was all adrenaline.
Bro, he's built different, bro. JD, wishing you a speedy recovery. Hey, you earned a lot of people's respect that night. If they didn't respect you, they definitely do now. Because man, oh man, you went out there and you took a scary bump and continued the match with punctured lung. Much respect over here, man. Comment down below. Let me know some other wrestling related videos y'all want me to check out. I definitely will. I appreciate all love, support. Road to 150K. Appreciate y'all kicking with me. See y'all next one. Peace.